A very warm and hearty good day to all of you. My name is Ramanpreet Kaur Bhatia. I'm a chartered accountant from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, a certified practicing accountant from CPA Australia, and a distinguished Toastmaster from Toastmasters International. In this video, I'll be talking about the concept of business model canvas, what is business model innovation, and why at all we try to do business model innovation, or the reasons or drivers of change in business model. I hope all of you will find some value in this video. Business model. A business model is a system whose various features interact, often in complex ways, to determine the company's success. A complex definition, right? We'll try and make it simple. Business model is something which shows how a business is conducted, how a business works. A business works for the profit motive. Profit comes from the customers when we provide them with a value proposition. How can we provide them value proposition? If we have certain key resources and processes in place. As I said, its business model is how a company or an organization or a business works. For that matter of fact, every business has a business model. Though it is possible that not every business chooses to articulate it in a formal way, but it is there. How I am working, how my business is working, this is there, whether it is documented in a formal way or not. I have something in mind that this is how I'm going to work. This is how I'm going to produce my product. This is how I'm going to sell my product. This is how I'm going to provide the value proposition to my customers. And in return, I'll be getting some profit. Large businesses or large organizations have all these things in written or in documented manner. Maybe a small shop owner, he doesn't document his business model, but the process is there. He has something in his mind. This is how he's going to work, right? So in simple terms, what is a business model? It's an economic concept and it shows how a business works. Now, is the business model different from strategy? Yes, it is different. Business model is something how a business operates, how a business works. My organization has a certain business model which involves providing value proposition to customers and earning profits. Now, in order to earn that profit, I will make up a plan. I will make a strategy. So a strategy explains how a business will outperform competitors or sustains that value creation, which was there when we made the business model. So business model is a broader concept. Strategy will take it further. This is how my business works. This is the strategy I want to make that model work. That is strategy, right? So that is the business model in simpler terms. Now, we know that what is business model, how an organization works. If you recall something that we studied in module 1, we talked about productivity frontier. We can just repeat what is productivity frontier. It's a business model. It is the functioning of the business, how with the efficient use of resources, and the purpose is to create value in present time. What is the best that we can do right now with the best resources that we can have to earn maximum profits and to provide maximum value proposition to my customers? That is productivity frontier, right? What is the best that I can do in the present times with the best resources that I have right now in the present times? Now, as an organization, I'm working to the best of my ability. I have the best business model in the world I'm making. The maximum profits which are possible with my present resources to create that value in the present times. But will it continue forever? I am providing value to my customers. My customers are very happy with me, and I've decided that this is how I'm going to function for the rest of my life, or for the rest of the life of the organization. Is it even possible? No. Why? Because the customer's preferences might change in the coming times. Better technology might come in the coming times. Maybe there are some other competitor emerges in the market who can provide the same value proposition, maybe at a lesser cost. Immediately, my customer will shift over to my competitor. Possible, right? So it's a surety that changes will happen in the business environment always. So will I be able to earn the same amount of profit with my present business model? No. In that case, I will have to change my business model. In that case, I will have to change the way I am working so that I can compete with my competitors, so that I can compete with the change in my customers' preferences or the way the technology is changing. So that is the reason I have to change my business model accordingly. All that is which is there in the business model is there on the business model canvas, right? What exactly is business model canvas? It's a visual and design information tool and informs how to integrate the 9 elements. Which are these 9 elements? We'll study in the next slides. I have made my business model considering the 9 essential elements. I have to keep on changing my business model as and when the world is changing, as and when there is any change coming in the market, right? So now we'll study about what are the ingredients of a business model canvas. We said that business model is how a business works. What is my modus operandi? How I'm going to offer the value proposition to my customers to get my profits. Earlier, when I said that when I make my business model, when I document my business model, I take into account what are the activities that I'm doing, what are the resources that I have with which I can provide some value proposition to my customers. What is the main purpose? The purpose of any business is to earn profit. Now, when I'm doing some activities, when I'm using my resources, I'm producing a product or I'm providing some kind of service, I'm incurring some cost also when I'm selling these products or services to my consumers. They give me money, I earn revenue. So the concept of cost and revenue is there. If I compare, either I'll be earning profit or I'll be making loss. That's the way I'm working, right? That's the way we are working. And this is the concept of business model. I am doing some activity. For doing that activity, I'm using certain resources, I'm incurring some cost, I'm producing a product, I am selling that product to the final consumers so that I can provide the value proposition to my customers. In return, I'll earn some revenue. The difference between that cost and that revenue is my ultimate profit. This is what is business model canvas, right? It contains certain key activities, the activities that I'll be doing to provide that value proposition. I'll be checking out my distribution channels. I'll be checking out my revenue streams. What is it that I do so that I am in a position to provide the required product or service to my customers? What are the activities that I have to do? And if I'm doing certain activities, to do them, I need some resources. Do I have those resources? Do I have those kind of distribution channels? Do I have those relationships with my customers? Do I have the ability to produce that kind of product? Those are my key resources, right? Another component is the key partners, right? My suppliers. What are the key resources are we acquiring from our partners? What are the key activities the partners perform? If I'm making something, I'm producing something, for that I need raw materials. I must be getting those raw materials from my suppliers. Who are those suppliers? What are they doing? What is the quality and quantity of raw material that they're providing? So they are my key partners. So if I talk about my infrastructure part, which is what I'm doing to provide that value proposition, that becomes my infrastructure part, right? That covers my key activities, that covers my key partners, that covers my key resources. What is all that I'm consuming to make a product? Why I'm making that product? I need to provide value proposition to my customers. To provide that value proposition, that is all the infrastructure part I need to key in, right? Partners, activities that I'm doing, the resources that I'm having right now, I'm ready to produce my product or I'm ready to provide the service. Now I move to the other side of the canvas, which is the customer side. Who are my customers? There are different customer segments, right? We talked about them earlier. We have demographic segments, we have psychological segments, we have economic segments, we have geographical segments. So as a business, I need to understand who is my targeted customer segment, with whom, to whom I'm providing that product. What is the kind of relationship that I share with those customers? What are the different channels through which I'm providing that product to my customers, right? My customers will get some value proposition, what they wanted, what they actually wanted to experience by using my product. That is the value proposition. So I am making something. That's one part of the business model canvas, which is the infrastructure part. My partners, my key activities, my key resources. Why I'm making that product? I'm making that product to give to my consumers. I have to check the customer segments. I have to check my relationships. I have to check the channels. What is it that they are doing? They are providing a value proposition. Now, what is the overall purpose of these two sides? I'm incurring some cost here. I'm getting some revenue here. The result is the profit or loss that I'm making. That is a very simple concept of business model canvas. Right? So a business model canvas has 9 essential segments, 9 key elements. What are those 9 key elements? They are the key activities, key partners, key resources, value proposition, customer relationship, customer segments, channels, cost structure, and revenue streams. Overall, I'm getting some profit or loss. That is business model canvas. Now, this is an example of business model canvas. This example is given in the module. So what does it say? It says that New Wines is an upmarket men's tailor producing high quality shirts and ties using mass production techniques, targeting affluent market segments from retail locations and through selected distributors. Later on, they launched a website selling executive style business shirts and ties. And whom are they targeting? They're targeting businessmen and office workers who wanted to save time and avoid shopping centers. This launch of the website, it was accompanied by extensive brochure placement in magazines and newspapers, along with direct marketing based on purchase mailing list. Now, these are the facts of the cases. Try putting all these facts on the business model canvas that we just studied. We talked about key partners with whom I'm getting my supplies. Who are they? Mailing house, newspapers, third party referrals, and suppliers. Right? What are the key activities that I am doing? I'm getting the brochure and product delivery, matching them with the matching list with the purchases. What are the key resources? Mailing list, match back process, website for orders, stock in warehouse. Whom I'm targeting, how I'm maintaining the relationship with them through direct mail and email. What are the channels? This is a completely online because it's a website. So completely online. Am I targeting here? Who is my customer segment? Affluent professional males aged between 30 to 55. What is the value proposition? Making it easy for men to dress well, save time and money, and avoid shopping centers. Right? Cost structure is given, revenue stream is given, and ultimately we get the profit. So you can make as many cases like this, and you can just try and put the facts of the cases on the business model canvas. Right? And then you can just see that by altering one or the other key element, how your profit is going to be impacted. The ultimate aim of any business is to get the profit, right? So just try altering these elements and then check the impact on the profit. Now, what is business model innovation? We talked about this earlier, and this is a constant concept. This will keep on coming again and again. This is, this is just the common sense. Why do we make any innovation? Why do we want to change my business model, or why do we want to innovate more things in our business model? Business model innovation refers to changing one or more elements of the business model to create or to capture value in a new way. It is very important to gain competitive advantage. Some change is happening in my outside environment. Should I continue with my present business model? Should I continue with my present strategy? Definitely not. Okay, now I have made an optimum business model. Now I'll say that my business model is just perfect. I need not to change it. Let the outside elements change. Will I be still earning profit? No, because the changes are happening. Maybe those changes are better. They are more competitive in nature than what I am having right now. So business model innovations can be pursued by startups who are approaching a market with a new business model. Why will existing business make an innovation in the present business model? Because it wants to pursue that competitive advantage. There is any business who is responding to any competitive strength, right? I just cannot keep static. If I'm starting, I am a startup, right? I'm just bringing up my business. Of course, I'll bring a new business model. If I'm an existing company, the changes are happening outside. I will need to upgrade my business model so that I can be at par with my competitors, so that I can pursue that competitive advantage, right? There could be difficulties. Business, the innovation is not that easy, right? The difficulties would mean a range of barriers, including high levels of uncertainty, right? There could be uncertainty. There could be any range of barriers. There could be trade entry barriers, or these barriers would can encompass those barriers which we studied in the concept when we did globalization, right? So there are lots of difficulties. There are lots of uncertainties. Now, business model innovation. What is business model innovation? Business model innovation success, we talked about it, right? It's the what is the success rate of business model innovation? I am making some innovation. Will I succeed? Yes, if I have a habit of knowledge sharing, if I am beyond the social barriers, if I have an innovation culture, the culture is very important. The innovative culture in any organization is very important. If we have stubborn minds, if we have rigid minds, and we think that we are the best, we will never ever be able to capture or take any competitive advantage in the markets, because we do not have that culture. We have closed minds. We do not have the culture of making innovations. So the culture of innovation in an organization, the habit of innovation in an organization is very important. We have to be creative. We have to do experimentation. We need resources. We need to make processes. We need to make valid and legitimate processes and document them. We need to support decision making of our top level management. We need to understand their perspective, right? We need to forget about any bad past experience. We should learn from our past experience, but if there has been any bad past experience, we should not be just stuck with it, with that. We have to make future planning. Many a times, business model innovation is not advised. Instead, organizations can just copy the innovation of other organizations, right? We have to see the cost, we have to do a cost benefit analysis. However unique a business model is, after some time, the competitors will be able to copy that model. In that case, an organization has to do business model innovation again. Hence, business model innovation is a continuous process. As I said, if I have made my business model, if I know that I have the best business model, will I, should I keep it static? Should I just stick to it? Should I not take into consideration the changes which are happening in the environment? No, after some time, in any case, however better I'm doing, my competitors will be able to copy that. I need to move forward, I need to progress. I am here, I reached level 1, people have reached level 1. I will try and reach to level 2. After some time, people will reach level 2 also. So it's not a one time process, it's a continuous process. Change readiness in business model. It depends on the organization's life cycle, right? We talked about the growth period, we talked about maturity, we talked about shakeout period, right? So we need to understand at what life stage our organization is, and accordingly, we'll make modifications in our business models. Risk attitude, how much courage I have, right? How much, I mean, I'm prepared, how much mentally prepared I am to take that risk. Do I have the resources and capabilities? Is the management of the organization very strong? Is the leadership very strong? Is there a culture of change acceptance? Is there a culture of innovation? Then the collaborative attitude. People have to collaborate, the employees, all levels of management, the leadership. Everybody has to collaborate together. Everybody has to cooperate together to make a change in the business model. Motivation, empowerment of employees. This is very important. Why empowerment of employees is very, very important? I think, in my view, this is the most important point whenever you want to make any kind of change, not only in business model, but otherwise also in an organization. The empowerment of employees is very important, because the employees need to be made a confidant, right? The employees need to be communicated about the changes that are happening in the organization. They should be taken in trust, right? So you have to reduce their workload, give them trainings, give them good rewards, give them good motivation, so that they are mentally prepared if any change is happening. So the business model change readiness depends upon these resources. Now we have a business model. Again, we are talking about the business model change only. The business environment has always been in a state of change, that we just talked about when we were studying the business model innovation. So what are the key elements that drive the change? These includes technology, first and foremost, and the most important one, change in technology. Then it would be increasing shareholders' concern for sustainability in emerging markets. And together they create environmental dynamism. So, what exactly is environmental dynamism? It is the ongoing and rapid change characteristic of the contemporary business environment in temporary business environment. The change is constant, right? The changes are bound to happen. How does the environment dynamism comes into force? It comes into force through changes in technology, increasing concern, processes, sustainability, emerging markets, right? So everything is linked together. and together they make the environment very dynamic. So we have to consider that environmental dynamism. The first and foremost driver of business model change, we'll talk about technology. Why? Because this is the key driver of change. This is the key facilitator of new business model. And this is present in almost all spheres of business. Be it production, be it finance, be it sales, be it marketing, be it distribution, the technology is present everywhere. And with the advent of new technology, new method, new inventions, our business model is bound to change. And one thing which is very important again to notice is that technology does not create these changes. Technology just changes. But the way the technology is incorporated in the business model, the way we use the technology, that changes the entire business model. Technology in itself does not bring any change. The way we are imbibing that technology in the business is creates that change in the business model. Technology, the interconnectivity between organizations and individuals is enhanced, is enabled. The proliferation of connected smart devices, the sensors that automatically captures data, development of advanced data analytics to make sense of that data. So these things, they have actually transformed how a business is conducted, how a business model is formed. Few examples are given in the slide also, which are there in the module as well, which talks about the mobile internet, the internet of things, cloud, robotics, autonomous vehicles. We talk about automation, we talk about artificial intelligence, we talk about renewable energy, we talk about 3D printing. So these are all the changes in technology, actually, the way we are using this, the way we are using mobile internet, the way we are using artificial intelligence in the conduct of our business, they have a huge impact on the business model that we are using. Right? The next we are going to talk about is technology. Again, it has three main parts. What are these? Extension, automation, transformation. We talk about automation. What is automation? It is the use of technology to do work which was conventionally performed by humans, or to create new products and services without the use of human labor. We are just trying to replace humans here. What we are trying to do is we are trying to avoid the intervention of human beings. We are trying to make the process and the product automated so that the human involvement is not required. Why do we do that? To reduce cost, to improve efficiency, right? And it can be used even for simpler works or even for dangerous works, such as mine detection in the military. The processes are automated, and then these processes, they start using algorithms to enable computers to perform the repetitive rule-based work. Some examples could be, again, as I said, the dangerous, mine detection. Very simpler could be the business process automation, automated trucks, automated vehicles, website chat box, right? So what they are doing, we are trying to reduce human intervention so that we can reduce the cost and improve the efficiency. The next one, the next element of technology is extension. What is extension? It is the use of technology to conduct business in new ways. But it doesn't replace the existing activities. The existing activities are continued. Along with that, the new innovative ways, the new, we can say, the technology innovative ways are used. For example, some event is being conducted. People have come, people have purchased the tickets, and they've come to see the concert. Now, those who could not come, for them, the live streaming is happening on YouTube. So the live program is happening. People are coming. But at the same time, we are just doing a live streaming on the social media platform also, right? We are still doing the physical concert, right? So this is called extension. Present thing is there, but we have just extended it, right? It is an extension of the activity that I'm doing right now. Plus, I have added something new, something innovative to make that even more useful. The examples could be Zoom hybrid meetings, 3D printing, cloud technology, renewable energy. So these are all the examples of extension. The next one that we have is transformation. What is transformation? It is the use of technology to replace the established way of conducting business with the new ones. It involves not just the product or service, but also the organizational culture, the business process. As I said, that there has to be a culture of change, culture of transformation in any progressive organization, right? So what is transformation? Something which is like this, now it becomes like this. Something is totally transformed, something is totally changed, something is totally new, totally innovative, so that we can do the work in better ways. We are just transforming the way the business is done. An example of ongoing digital transformation can be seen in the banking industry, where the ATMs have replaced bank tellers. For that small transactions, now you need not to go to banks, right? If you go to bank, there are high chances you will not find any bank teller. They will just direct you to go to the ATMs. So the way of doing their work, which is happening earlier, that has been totally transformed, and a new process has come in place of that, which is even better, which is even efficient, which is even more cost efficient as well. What is happening now is that online and app based banking have also been implemented for some sophisticated transactions, right? There are several processes as well as precautions which are being taken for these sophisticated transactions. Online banking, online payments, RTGS, NEFTs, right? So these are all part of the transformation that are happening in the business models these days. There is an incremental innovation, there is a radical innovation. What is incremental innovation? To make more innovations in the existing products and make them as a total new products. Example is ATM replace bank tellers. Then there is radical innovation, to innovate a new product by doing extreme innovation. It is not incremental, it is a radical, right? We'll just have a look on these two concepts of change driver in technology. The 3D printing. What is 3D printing? It's a print of the actual product taken out through CAD. This print gives the look and feel of the actual product. The organization can test and experiment this 3D print as the actual product. If there are any required changes, they are fed in the CAD immediately, and the changes are made just hand to hand. What is the benefit? It helps in reduction of cost. It helps in adoption of more advanced technology, generally applied on low value products. It brings about a market disruption or a new end, right? What is cloud computing? All of us as chartered accountants or as CPAs, we know outsourcing of data storage management. The purpose is to provide technology, infrastructure, platform, and software as service. Benefits: privacy, safety, confidentiality, backup, reduced carbon print, reduced cost, more efficiency, can be used on any device. Right? So these are just the example, uh, two examples out of many change drivers that technology has brought in. Now, this slide again shows the cloud computing, different forms of cloud computing. That is infrastructure as service. What is it doing? User will be using his own software and infrastructure will be provided to him. What kind of infrastructure? We'll give him the virtual machine, we'll give storage, we'll give server, we'll give networking, we'll give components. You just have to bring in your own software. I am providing you infrastructure, right? That is infrastructure as service. The second one is platform as service. A platform is provided. What is it? A platform is provided in terms of infrastructure. Now here I'm giving you infrastructure, plus I am giving you development tools. I am giving you a platform. There is an infrastructure. There are development tools. You come, you develop your own applications by using these tools and then use them on cloud platform. Right? I've given you infrastructure. I've given you development tools. You make your own software. You make your own application and use this. So what am I providing you? Object storage, database, runtime, development tools. Then the next one is software as service. Here I'm providing you ready-made software. Here I'm providing you an email software. I'm providing you accounting software. I'm providing you Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp. These are ready-made. You just have to go in, make your own accounts and start using them. Right? So I'm providing you software. You just have to create your own account and start using it. So these are three different forms of technology, the cloud computing. These are basically the examples of cloud computing: infrastructure as service, platform as service, software as service. Now, in this video, we learned that a business model is a managed interaction of numerous aspects of business to create and capture value. A business model canvas is a way to understand that business model and to explore the options for change that could create and capture more value. We also talked about business model innovation, which refers to change in one or more elements so that in that business model to create or capture the value in a new way. Right? We also talked about the business model change drivers, and these include technology, the stakeholders' concern for sustainability and emerging markets. We also discussed few terms, few changes in the technology that have transformed the business model or that have made the way for business model innovation. Right? In our next video, I'll be talking about the concepts of disruption. Again, very important topic, how technology brings disruption and how can we combat with the disruption which is caused by this technology. We'll also discuss about the hyper competition and some strategies to combat those hyper competition. We'll talk about some business models for that. I hope this video has helped in the better enhancement of our knowledge and better understanding. Please let me know through your valuable feedback and suggestions. Thank you so much. Keep learning, keep growing.